Hi, I'm Bianca Medina, and this is my second lab project. It's an ignition project. First, I'm going to go over the physical hardware. For the PLC, I have a Micro 820. I have a stack that includes 3 lights, 1 buzzard. I have a camera, and I will also have a clock. I have 2 light beam sensors at each door, one being a relay output and the other 3 being transistor outputs. Now to go over my AutoCAD. Here we have the power circuit. We have the input and output circuits from the PLC. And then we have the sensors at each door, including how the terminals are laid up in the boxes. Now to go over my HMI. This is the main page, which has the 4 buttons to manipulate the light stack. I won't buzz the buzzer because there's people there. It also has the number of people in the lab and just a little header that says the view into Mitchell Tech SCADA lab. We can also see the navigation bar at the top. Here we'll be able to see the people in the lab number drop and go up, 11. Now we'll go back up to 12. And here's it going up to 12. Now I'll click on the Link to SCADA page button, which opens a new tab to the SCADA page, as I didn't want them to lose the Ignition HMI. Now we're back to the main page, and I'm going to click on the Fast Facts page. It looks a little distorted, but since it's going to be on a phone, the ratio is different, and it'll look a little better when you make it that ratio. It includes just a couple of fast facts and a layout of how you get to this HMI. Now to the Get in Contact page, which is simply an iframe that pulls up a Google form. This Google form is linked to a Google spreadsheet that stores all the information. Now onto the demo page, which is also a button that opens a new tab as it pulls them away from the HMI. This simply pulls up the Ignition demo page. Now we'll navigate back to the main page to show you the hidden buttons. The first hidden button is the Sign In button. The second hidden button navigates you to the system setting page, which has your inputs, outputs, an alarm table. It has the manual reset for the people in lab, and it has the upper limit. This is the trending page, which shows the trends of just the people in the lab. The trending page is only accessible through the system setting page. Now, time for a demonstration of how the system works, showing the sensors counting someone going into the lab and subtracting them when they leave the lab. Here we have Keegan leaving the lab, and you can see on the screen, or I'll pull up another screen as well, and it goes down. Here he comes back in the lab, it'll go up, and on the little screen it'll also go up. Note, the little screen does not represent the accurate number, it is just there as a bigger visual. Here we have the same thing, just at the other set of doors. Here he comes in, number goes up. Here he goes out, number goes down. Here I have a demonstration of the alarms. I block the second sensor on door 1. I will also block the first sensor on door 1, and it'll also populate. As you can see up there by the inputs, they're both on. I'll let both of them go, and they'll automatically clear themselves after they both become cleared. Here I'm going to go enable the e-stop. The e-stop alarm comes on. Putting the e-stop back, and the alarm clears itself again. You can sort the table however fits the purpose you need. Here we have all of the alarms. You can sort it by active time, priority, state, name, whatever fits the purpose you're needing. I'm going to go over a little bit of the PLC program. As the HMI uses one-shot buttons, meaning it will not just clear the state after the button's been released, it waits for the PLC to reset that state. The program uses a lot of unlatches. Here, specifically, we have the time reset, which is actually a script that runs every night at midnight to clear the people in lab, and the manual button. They both have to be unlatched after used. Here we have the push button for the buzzard. After it buzzes for its 5 seconds, it has to be unlatched. And here we have the push buttons for the lights, or some of the lights. Again, after it's been used, it will be unlatched so it can be used again to toggle the state.